This is Carl.
And this is Kelly.
And we're on the road with Merv.
On the road with Merv, adventures galore, exploring the world and so much more. Carl and Kelly, on this journey we go, all by your side, making anywhere home. On the road with Merv.
I need to get out of 10, don't I?
Yeah.
And then...
Oh wait, did I lock the door? Like,
oh snap.
I did. I'm sure I did.
Oh
but
snap.
I know, but
Oh, we always go through this.
I know.
Is the door locked? Is the door not locked? I'm sure it's locked. Oh, every time we go to leave, if one of us, it's like, I guess it's when you get old. I don't know.
This is gonna be a fun trip.
This is gonna be a fun trip.
We can ride our bikes the entire length of the island.
Yep. Well, Kelly, maybe we should tell everybody where we're going.
Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Where are we going, Kelly?
We're going to Dauphin Island, Alabama.
We are going to Dauphin Island, Alabama,
So
which we're pretty fortunate because it's only about an hour and a half away. And of course, we're bringing bikes and we're bringing Hulk.
yes, I'm gonna go find a good book.
And Kelly wants a good book.
Yes.
So we are loaded up
we
on
are.
this trip. For such a short trip, we have so much stuff with us. Fowl River Bridge.
Some beautiful homes back there. And then that way is the bay.
Mobile Bay. For all our like international viewers.
Built this bridge right after Hurricane Frederick, so
What year was that?
I don't know. I was in high school, so
Wow. So
they were still taking the ferry over.
so
I
when
was
you
in
were
high
young,
school.
you were still taking the ferry?
Yes.
Wow. How old are you? So where did you park your horse and buggy?
To the west end, and there's actually a bird sanctuary here as well.
But it turns out Dauphin Island is a huge stopover for migratory birds that are going between North America and Mexico for the winter. So at twice a year, like bird watchers, if you'll pardon the pun, flock
No! God, please, no!
to Dauphin Island and to watch all these crazy birds come through. And so there have been some incredible sightings of some very rare birds on Dauphin Island. So we're at the campsite, had a little bit of a rigmarole because the site they put us on, it wasn't really a terrible site. It was over there, but we had some neighbors right next to us, which, you know, we could live with, but we prefer not to. But then Kelly happened to walk by and she goes, you know, there's this site right next door. It's completely surrounded by bushes and trees. And she's like, why don't we get that? That way the dog can roam around. He's not staring at everybody. Because the other two, we were looking in their windows, weren't we?
Yes, we were.
So I went to the front desk and just asked very nicely. And here we are. So we're pretty happy with this. We're site number 25. And we'll give you a tour of the campground later. And now it's time to eat because it's 2 o'clock. I'm supposed to be working. I'm starving. Well, what happened? Are you okay? All right. Blooper reel. Are you okay or are you hurt? Kelly just fell. Oh my God, Kelly. You are covered in leaves. I'll help her. I gotta help this out. Okay. We gotta help poor Kelly. So Kelly went venturing off to go have some fun, and I'm working. She keeps sending me little movies. She's at the beach sending me movies while I'm on my computer keeping Hulk entertained. Well, he's keeping me entertained anyway. I probably have another hour or so of work to do, and then I'll knock off a little bit early and go have some fun also. They don't have any fire rings here, but they said you're allowed to build a fire on the ground, which seems not very safe to me. But anyway, so what I did was I bought a bunch of bricks from home, extra bricks that I have, and I'm just going to lay these out, sort of clear an area, and lay a little fire pit, and then we'll have be able to grill some food tonight and have a little fire. There we go. Nothing crazy big, just enough to have something to grill on. Okay, there is some beach access straight from the campground, so you can see the campground behind me, and we are going that way. On the east side of Dauphin Island, and if we look over here, that is actually Fort Morgan is over there, and that's where the ferry goes from this side of the island over to there, and basically it cuts off the bay. That's the opening to Mobile Bay. So you avoid, if you wanted to go to Gulf Shores, you could either drive all the way up and around. It would take you probably 3 hours, or you could just take the ferry, which is like a half an hour, directly across, and you'll be over in Gulf Shores that way. Got the charcoal going in our little homemade fire pit. Hulk is wiped out. Kelly's getting some potatoes ready inside Merv. And I am enjoying never seen one of these before, a big sip pina colada, which is not bad. Dinner status. The potatoes are on the grill. Now I've got some corn on the cob going on there. Status update. So since then, we finished up the fire, and we came inside. Kelly and I both had a shower to freshen up for the night because we smelled like smoke and sweat, which when you're camping is an excellent combination. In fact, somebody should make a candle like that. It is 7 a.m. So we talk quietly because everybody's still sleeping. Already taking the dog for a walk. Already RB'd it. Did a Red Bull. Didn't have, but I did. I needed it. And now I'm doing some coffee. And if you recall in my last video, I was complaining about the crappy cup of coffee. I figured out the secret. I put 2 little of those folded packets in here instead of 1 with water. And now it's much better. Yeah, it's not that bad today. All right, we're gonna make some breakfast. We're gonna make some pancakes this morning. We're gonna do 1 cup of mix. These things suck. Tuck, red tab, what? This is 2024. You can't put a better system on like the, how about a piece of plastics, like on a milk carton? So I use bottled water. Unless I'm boiling. If I'm boiling, I'll use the tap water. But for something like this, I'm gonna use bottled water. Pour that in there. We've already got some biscuits cooking in the convection oven. All right, put a little Pam on here. All right, so when you're cooking in here, you know, with the propane, because it's a small space, you're supposed to always have some kind of venting. So I'm gonna put this vent on here. So it's gonna get a little loud. I always kind of do 1 starter pancake as a sort of my test pancake, and this one never quite browns right, but it helps me get the temperature right, and then my next pancakes, those will be golden and perfect. All right, for all you kids out there, this is what you're looking for your pancake. You want some nice bubble action up there so it kind of firms up, and you want to flip that thing before it gets too brown. Check this out. That's a pretty good looking cake, but again, this is just our stunt cake. The hero cake is next when you get a really nice color. And just do a quick check, yep. All right, so what I do when I flip that, I just cover it with a bowl, keep it nice and warm. Let's keep this party going. Oh, that's hot, ow, dagnabbit. Did I turn off? No, the secret to a good scrambled egg is cook low and slow and fold it. Okay, the last piece of the breakfast puzzle, Kelly likes bacon. Special shout out to our viewer, Julia, who sent us some real maple syrup all the way from, this came from Vancouver, I think. Canada, somewhere. Yeah, well, I know Canada, but I think it was Vancouver. So this is some Canadian maple syrup.
Vancouver Airport.
Yeah, the duty free, we were told. It's 9:41 a.m. Breakfast is done, cleaned up, put away. We are about to go for a walk, and we're gonna go through the Audubon area, I think, the little bird sanctuary. Do a little walking through there, and also probably end up at the beach. Yeah, there's a turtle. I think that's an osprey right there. Look, he's got something in his...
Oh, he does have something.
That's the osprey. He's going to his osprey nest. Yeah. Wow, that's pretty incredible. This is the Dauphin Island Bird Sanctuary, one of the trails. We are on the Lake Loop Trail. We caught it from the beach access for the campground. So it all connects to the campground. But the bird sanctuary has its own parking lot and pull-in area, so you don't have to go to connect to the trail. You can start from the bird sanctuary parking lot. Danger. Alligators present. Stay back from water's edge. Do not leave children or pets unattended. Danger.
Just a man and a dog.
So that's our campsite over there, number 25. And if you're saying, I don't see Merv, what are you talking about? That's why it's such a great site. It's nicely hidden in between that tree and those bushes. So you can't even see Merv until you come right on top of it. Now we'll walk a little closer. There's Merv. And I kind of parked at a funny angle because I wanted as little opening here as I could get. That way we can block it from Hulk seeing too many dogs. And then this is our little area. So we're going to go on a little bike ride here, and we'll go through the campground a little bit. So this campsites are kind of funny. They're not really delineated very well. The cool thing, I think, about this campground is you can tent camp here too. There are lots of speed bumps. Oh. See? And then and some of these have water and electricity also. So, see, I don't like the spots that aren't very private because you're just on top of your neighbor. It's almost like tailgating. You're in a field, right? I don't know, it doesn't really appeal to me. And people stay here for months, snowbirds. So the campground, we decided that it's on the east end of the island, right? Yeah. And we're headed west right now, to the west side. And we think this trail might go all the way, or maybe not.
I don't think it goes all the way, but it goes a good ways down.
Okay. All right, so we just passed sort of the main incoming road to Dauphin Island. It's kind of cool. There's something going on here. There's a band. There's people kite surfing out there. Let's go see that. Pirates Bar and Grill. Is this the pirate?
That's so cool. Funky building.
It is very funky. What's great about this is, you know, we just rode our bicycles here for the campground. I mean, it was a few miles, but when you got an electric bike, some drinks, I got the island sunrise, and Kelly got a classic Marg. Oh yes, that's why all the kite surfers are here. It's nice and flat, but they get all the wind. It's crazy. So one of our viewers, Rose, had said to me, Uncle Carl? Yeah, I know, one of our viewers is my niece. Anyway, she said, She said, when you shoot stuff in your footage, if you stop and go get a drink somewhere, I want to see where you went to get a drink. I want to see what you got. So this is for Rose. The mahi tacos, and Kelly got the fried oysters with fried okra, which this looks better. All right, so this is Cadillac Park right here, which is a really nice park. I used to come here on my motorcycle and have picnics all the time. It's just another place you can stop. There's picnic tables all throughout the park. There are public facilities here. It's pretty nice. You can bring your dog. The Coast Guard station is back there on the island. And just behind this sign on the other side is the Dauphin Island Sea Lab and Aquarium. I think they've...
Further down.
Yeah, the entrance is, but that's the building.
Yeah.
But the neat thing about it is I think it's geared toward like younger people, but they have a really cool touch tank in there where you can touch all the critters. So this is the Dauphin Island Sea Lab, and what's interesting about this is they do like a lot of really important research down here, and you know, they go off in the boats and they go in the Gulf and figure out what critters are doing well, what's not doing well. I mean, it's pretty world-renowned, really. So here's the official open area that takes you directly to the front door of the aquarium. Way in the distance, you can see the 3-mile bridge we go over to get to Dolphin Island. I don't think I've ever seen that perspective before. So when we were coming here, we saw some guys were cleaning some fish, pretty big fish. And we asked them where they caught their fish from, and they said at the end of the pier. That's the pier right over there. So they just got them at the end. I don't know what they were using for bait, but they got some pretty big fish. Here's another view of the aquarium from the other side of the building. Historic Fort Gaines. This is where it used to go right up to the water, and there were a bunch of famous battles here because this is the opening of Mobile Bay. So there's a fort on this side of Mobile Bay, and there's the sister fort on the other side, Fort Morgan, and the two of them would hold ships from coming into the bay. The plan tonight was to make some fajitas on the grill, you know, over the fire, but it is so windy outside, and because we don't have a real fire pit, it's just a homemade fire pit with the bricks that I brought. I'm just not comfortable having a fire out there in case, I mean, this place is, we are just, the floor of our campground, it's leaves and twigs. So it's just not a smart idea. If it wasn't windy, absolutely, but with the wind blowing, it's even windier, much windier than it was yesterday. So we're gonna have to call an audible and do this over the stove, which will still work. It's just gonna be a little, it won't be as good, you know. It's not as much fun, but it'll still taste good. Finished product. Our fajitas ended up being more like tacos, but that's fine.
They look delicious. So.
Kelly's, mine. Starting to build. Still have to add some tomatoes, some sour cream, some beans.
It's a good meal if I don't have to cook.
Easy for her to say. It's just after 7 a.m. Sunday. Doing some breakfast potatoes this morning. These are left over from our potatoes that we had Friday night when we were grilling. So we're just gonna have that. There's a leftover pancake I'll just warm up, and we're gonna make some eggs, have a breakfast, and then we're gonna decide if we wanna do an activity or just start packing up. We have to be out of here by 11 a.m. So we are leaving the Dauphin Island campground. So anyway, we had to dump the tanks this morning. Instead of going to the campground public dumping place when you don't have a dump station at your campsite, we just went into an empty campsite and used theirs. It's a little bit cheeky to do, but it's not like we make a mess. We can dump really quickly as opposed to a lot of other campers that have the bigger hoses, because this just has a small hose and they see it. Oh, Kelly, the trash bin's right here, right? All right, Kelly's going to make a final trash dump, and then we're gonna leave Dauphin Island campground. It's gonna be really interesting crossing the bridge, because again, it's super windy today, so we'll have to see how it is. So yeah, Kelly and I both agree Dolphin Island is a fun place to come. It is slower. It's not like Gulf Shores where there's a bar and a restaurant, you know, every 100 feet. But if you just want to come enjoy the outdoors, because we spent like most of our time outdoors, as did the dog, and we were exhausted. And Kelly got some sun, some sunburn. So anyway,
Of course,
Kelly?
there is a wine bar we didn't get to go to, the carriage house, that
Kelly,
we didn't have time.
Kelly, that's next time. You're spoiler alert. Next trip to Dauphin Island, we are going to hit the wine bar.
Wow.
But yes, it's worth coming.
Yeah, it's definitely worth coming.
All right, so this is Carl and Kelly,
Yep, that's a wrap.
and that's a wrap. Next time.
On the road with Merv.
Please like this video and subscribe to our channel to stay up to date on the latest Merv content.